And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 513. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, now, as you guys know, if you've been watching this show for about, like, I would say every episode we've pretty much done, except for, like, you know, the usual one-on-ones. We usually have a topic, we usually do it in a video, and I usually upload it, or I upload a short to, like, you know, Facebook or Instagram, and then people obviously follow me and friend request me because, you know, I'm famous and I'm rich and good looking, obviously. But tonight, I just kind of wanted to have, like, you know, 3 white guys and a black guy just have conversation. You know, just basically 4 dudes just shooting this shit. You know, having some fun.
Into the shit of spades, man.
I saw my dad one time. It was dark. He might have been black, but he looked white from how, like, the light was reflecting on him.
Did
so
he
to
smile?
be fair,
did he smile at you in the dark and you ran away?
Couldn't even tell. It was dark. Couldn't even tell, actually. So I normally would be doing this with Joe Gray, but his brother is currently going to be going into a big surgery very soon. So we haven't been doing Tuesdays. Yeah, we haven't been able to do Tuesdays for a bit here. So I was like, you know what? I do have Nate and Blaze for Tuesdays. So it'll basically be like an Oreo cookie, right? There's 2 chocolates, you know, and then there's a white guy in the middle.
Stop, you're ruining the analogy. You're just making it sus.
Yeah.
Stop.
I know that sounds really gay out of context, but I had to pull some strings tonight to get a show going because I usually try to have like 3 episodes a week. We have the normal, well, if me and Laps do the show, then it'll be that Monday. Then we have the panel show, and then the Tuesday show, and then we have the show I do with Dingiston where we review like comic books. We usually have like 4 episodes a week, but since things have been kind of up and down, because as you guys know, I started my second job, so I've been fucking very, very, very busy. So I told people, when you see the episodes, you're at least going to get at least 2 episodes a week, you know, at least. But, you know, sometimes a wise man once told me, you got to get in where you fit in, actually. That's what a wise man once told me. So
too easy. Too easy. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
God, I know. I'm basically just laying out all the groundwork to get fucking pegged, but it's just how it has to be these days, guys.
You like
getting past the first minute yet? Seriously.
I heard a wise man once say, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Dude, someone told me that one time. So, like, one time at my older apartment, we had lost our keys. And then I was like, hey, man, does this work? And he was like, yeah, just think of it like sex. It's kind of like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. I'm like, that's not how keys work. Keys don't really work like that. But I guess, by that analogy, I guess that works, actually. You know? So we'll do intros really quickly, because I know a lot of people have been asking me my opinion on the Carmelo Anthony thing, or more of an updated opinion on it, because I did post a few shorts about it on Instagram and Facebook, but we'll do the intros first. So we'll start with Jay Heat. Black's first, obviously. He's the man of the hour. He's going to give me all of his tax return come next year, actually.
What?
No.
Too wordy. I get what you were going for, but too wordy. But with that being said, Flame on, how's everybody doing tonight? First off, let me say about the Carmelo Anthony situation, thoughts and prayers to the families, everyone involved. Let me just say that first and foremost. And with that being said, I mostly do videos, movies, gaming, all over the place. So if you're just looking for a quick spot to chill, maybe some background noise while you're doing chores or running an errand, just, hey, come to Blaze Nation. That's all I can say.
All right. Awesome. Hell yeah, man. Any new comic books you are currently still reading? Do you mostly buy books physically, or do you just do digitally?
I do both. Though I will admit, full disclosure, I have cut back on Marvel. I don't think I've read a Marvel title since the whole Hail Hydra Cat thing. What was the name of that storyline? I can't remember it for the life.
What about the Secret Empire one?
Secret Empire.
Yeah, I haven't read a Marvel comic since. Like, I was completely disillusioned after that. Like, nope, I'm done.
Last Marvel thing I read was Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, Married with Children. And then before that was the Ultimate Universe 4-issue miniseries. And then that single issue that should have just been in there.
That should have been a one-shot. I will agree with you.
That should have just been in the trade. That's another reason why. Oh, God. So if you guys don't, this is very quick. Marvel did that 4-issue miniseries leading into the second Ultimate Universe. Then there's a one-shot that is pretty much just issue 5 that is the culmination of everything. It was actually a really, really well-done issue that culminates everything. It's not even in that trade. It's in, like, the Ultimate X-Men trade. Why would that be in the Ultimate X-Men trade? Why would that need to be there? It just holy shit. Just Oh god, their company.
You know how often titles and storylines get restructured and thrown all over the place in titles, especially if it's just a placeholder. If a volume's running short,
Yeah.
that happens like a dime a dozen. Like, what are we talking about?
Remember when DC tried putting out the Jeff Johns, like Ivan Reyes, Ethan Van Sciver fat fuck run? Remember how they were doing books? They were doing it in books. They all that book format they do. They were doing it in books, and then people said, well, the reading order is not good enough. So they just made it a bunch of compendiums now. They printed like 4 books of it, and fans went, please make this better. So I've been getting a lot of that run in, compendiums. I have one of the omnibuses, but, compendiums are amazing. I love them. Jason, he's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Where's my reparations, man?
They're in the mail.
God damn. Fucking hell. So what's going on, man?
Not very much. We talked animation and video game news today on Live from the Bunker, which was episode 1005.
1000. I
am currently reading. I got my hands on today. X-Men Elsewhere.
Dude,
John Byrne.
That is a good title. That is a good title. Not gonna lie.
Did you pre-order it or did you just buy it the day of?
I'm not sure when my wife bought it for me, but
I'm just rubbing in. You have a wife. Oh yeah, rub in.
Yes.
Oh god,
she's much better at this than I am, and I don't deserve her. But she got me X-Men Elsewhere, and I've started reading it, and
good so far.
Good taste.
Yeah,
good taste.
Yeah. So other than that, we're just kind of hanging out, working in the garden.
Hell yeah, man! I literally was gonna get it. There was a chance yesterday to buy it on Amazon, and I was like, you know what? I'll just wait till I get paid. I'm not bad off for money, but I was like, you know what? I get paid in a few days. I usually just buy my comic books and omnibuses then because I have my pull list on my comics.com. I just buy it then. It already sold out, and then I tried looking out some other website called like Impulse Creators, something like that. Impulse Creation. It's in like fucking. It's on the East Coast. It's near like New York. It didn't. Honestly, they look sketchy, but I read some of the reviews and I was like, ooh, because they had like you could pre-order it, but that was like their last copy, and I was like, I'm not gonna trust that. The only other person I've bought from that's like that is Golden Apple Comics. I would recommend them. Midtown Comics was pretty good. I even checked Midtown Comics there. All that stuff is sold out. So apparently there is going to be a restock. You just don't know when the restocks come because Marvel could be like, well, there's a restock coming. You going to give me a date? Well, I mean, just like my dad, he might be in my life at some point.
The first pre-order set was 25,000 copies, and it sold out like that. They've already ordered another 20,000.
Yeah, but people don't know the print runs are less and less every single time. So the third print run is going to be like what, like maybe 15,000? Like holy shit!
That.
Probably not. Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends. They could do another 20. It depends on what the demand is. If the pre-orders justify it, then they could do 20. See, the thing about it is, Marvel has an opportunity here with this to really, get some goodwill generated here with fans that have fallen away in the last 5-10 years, and do something that people actually like. And if there's enough people that order copies and they can make enough available, then that's going to score them a point or two. It's not going to fix everything overnight, certainly, but I think that would probably be well received if they just continue to print however many they need to.
Yeah.
But you also have volume 2, volume 3, and those print runs will also be influenced and impacted by how much of the demand is for volume 1.
Yeah, because they're selling volume 1 for $40, and if they know that it instantly sells out, volumes 2 and 3 could easily be like $70.
Easy.
Yeah. So especially they know they're going to sell out. They might be more. They might even cost what a base omnibus costs. Base omnibus is like what, $90 pretty much, $85, because with tax it's always $90 anyway.
On average.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Well, Nate's here, our resident white guy who is a huge PlayStation fan, completely just loves these Japanese fucks,
I'm a gamer, not a PlayStation fan. Gamer.
Gamers? No. Okay. But how you been doing, man? You went to the hospital. Are you like dead or something? What the fuck happened to you?
Well, no, I'm not dead, jackass. I'm here. Yeah, I was in the hospital last week. Not last week, the week before that, but it was something.
What the hell
Nothing like-
happened?
Glad you're feeling better. Let me be the first to say that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I was.
I'm glad you're doing good, but what the hell happened? Were you
I
pregnant?
was. No, I was at work and I passed out. Just dropped.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
I've had that happen before too. Yep.
Yeah, like I was walking around building pallets of beer, and all of a sudden just started feeling really lightheaded. Like I sat down and literally like nothing after that. Like the next thing I remember is my boss looking down at me on the floor.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Were
dude.
you dehydrated?
No, they said my blood sugar dropped to like 30.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, that'll do it.
Kind of picture Paul Blart from the beginning of Paul Blart Mall Cop when he's running the training course. And then he gets to the finish line and just
Oh God.
yeah,
Dude,
that was
you're-
more or less me.
Dude, you're so
Excuse me.
lucky
Excuse
you
me.
had a boss that literally brought you to the hospital, or you had people that brought. That happened to me one time. I was in the shower. I was really sick, and I passed out, hit the floor. I didn't go to the hospital. My mom just said, "You're
Well,
good. Just
well,
here's some
you know-
Tylenol."
Well, I'm kind of fortunate because since it happened at work, like the company paid for everything.
Oh, workers' comp is great. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Workers'
Oh, that's
comp is
great. That's good.
Yeah, they paid for the ambulance, they paid for the medical bill that came afterward. I mean, so I didn't really have to pay anything, but I've just been kind of taking care of myself and kind of playing it low key, and started packing a lunch with me every day. I think that was
that's
part of-
all good, man. That's all
I
good.
think that was part of the problem. Like I would never have lunch. I would
No,
just-
you
would
said
just
you were
be
bringing
working.
chips. Remember, you used to just at least bring a bag of chips. Remember what happened to
I-
doing that?
Sometimes a bag of chips ain't enough, apparently.
Oh my God, why are you so old? What happened to you? You used to be
I'm
young and
27.
vibrant.
Shut up. Shut up.
God
Oh,
damn.
I thought I was the youngest one on the channel. I'm 27.
What the
Ah.
heck? No, Jason's the youngest one. He's like 50.
I'm 56.
What?
Good Lord.
He's the
I am the second. I'm 31. I am like basically a DILF at this point. At this point, I am just banging out women
Yeah.
constantly at this point.
Changing the subject before this gets sus. All right. Milk Toast says, how much longer will comic veterans be in charge? Okay, first of all, you never have to worry about that because the higher ups are always going to see comics as miscellaneous. That's just the honest to God truth.
Or not as
Miscellaneous,
profitable.
maybe merchandise at best.
Yeah, like, or people to really understand. Like, okay, so I know Alex Ross put out that tweet, and yeah, I love Alex Ross. Obviously, like, easily top 5 comic book artist ever, in my opinion. But
I would argue top 3.
there's those times where people you love say some really retarded shit, and you're like, you know what, dude, I love you, but that's fucking stupid. So he had a tweet where he basically put out an image where the text read basically like this: comic books are for everyone. Now, I want to truly understand this though. Even the most popular thing doesn't attract everyone. Okay, so like, what's the biggest sport on the planet? Football, soccer, basketball,
football
baseball,
and soccer kind of like neck and neck, depending on who you ask.
Right. So even things as big as that doesn't attract people. And it's not saying that these are not big fan bases. It's not saying that people can't get into them. Not every hobby, I'd argue no hobby is going to attract everybody. That's what I would argue.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you have a new Souls game that comes out, and of course you got Souls veterans who pick it up and steamroll through it because they've played every other Souls game under the fucking sun, and then you get the newbies who have never played a Souls game in their life, and they pick it up, and then they get 5 minutes into it, decide they hate it, and then decide to write a 5-paragraph essay on fucking Twitter about how stupid the game is and it needs a fucking easy mode. It's like, this was not made for. Yeah, you're just bad. Get good, motherfucker.
Yeah. And
it's like this was not meant for you. Yeah, it's publicly available to everybody, and you can pick it up if you want to.
Yeah, but you still have to have some skill going into it.
Yeah. This is the thing that I want people to truly understand. And it's what average morons just don't get in their head. I could explain it, break it down with a whiteboard that they do in those movies where they have a piece of chalk and just start scribbling everywhere. Understand this, guys. okay, like I'm someone who pretty much embraces everything entertainment wise. I love movies, TV, anime, streaming, all that shit. But there's even stuff in those little niches I just put. I couldn't care. I couldn't give two shits about Star Trek. If Star Trek ended today, I wouldn't give 3 flying fucks. I will never be into Star Trek ever, right?
You know,
Don't let Doctor Who fans hear you say that, because that IP is dead.
Never. You see, Doctor Who, another one. Doctor Who's another one. People said, I will
Doctor Who was killed, resurrected, killed again, resurrected, and then finally put down.
Like Doctor Who, another sci-fi property that I never got
I'm sorry,
into.
Jason, I had to do it to you. I'm sorry. I had to.
I've you're right. It has gone through a tumultuous time. That's for sure. Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to bring up to people: is not every single thing in said thing you're gonna be attracted to. And it's not nothing. It's even not just for you. I don't really say those things. What I mostly say is like, you're just not interested. Like, it's really just that simple. I'm just not interested in Star Trek. I'm not interested in Harry Potter. Harry Potter is gay. Like, a dude pulling out a wand, making magic, that's gay. I would never be interested in that. That's for literal losers. If you like that.
Watch your mouth. Definitely how was part 2 was my very first Avengers Endgame level kind of experience. All right.
Like Twilight. I'll never be into Twilight. If you're a homosexual, probably you're into Twilight. I'm just saying, I'm joking, obviously, but like, not everything in any said thing you're going to be interested in. Like, obviously, people know I love anime. I don't like every anime. It's just not something that's possible.
You like Full Metal Alchemist?
I sure do.
The original or the remake?
Both. Except the ending of the original. The ending of the original is terrible, but I get why it's like that.
I kind of prefer the remake over the original.
I prefer Brotherhood too. I'm sorry. Everything just flows better with
Brotherhood is so good. Yeah. All right. So who's in the chat? Oh my goodness. People were talking. I'm sorry. I wasn't ignoring anybody, but obviously, me, I'm the star here. I'm the big top G, as you guys know.
No, you're not. Let's move on to our first topic of the night. Supergirl.
Yeah. Yes, we're gonna get to that just a moment here.
Looking good for this movie, not at all.
I agree. Well, no, forgot that is Jake. Good lord, Jason's everywhere. He's on the chat. He's on the show.
Let's just say I'm gonna be seeing the 5th Jackass movie this weekend and not Supergirl.
Wait, they're making a 5th Jackass movie?
There's a 5th Jackass movie coming out.
Final one.
Is it the 5th one? I thought it was the seventh one.
It's the 5th one.
It's the 5th.
All right, Deeple, nice to meet you.
Johnny Knoxville's determined to die on camera, I guess.
Yeah.
What's up, Nemo? How's it going?
Nemo. Okay, how you doing, Nemo? Last Marvel thing I consumed was rewatching the 90s Silver Surfer cartoon. I never watched that.
That was a good show, believe it or not. That was surprisingly good.
Okay.
Not as good as X-Men animated series, but that one was decently good in its own right.
Dude, like on Instagram or Facebook, you see like reels of like these older shows. I don't know what people were smoking when they said X-Men that didn't hold up very well. Saw some clips.
Who the hell's been saying that?
Your episode of Sabretooth?
It's the same idiots that say the Spider-Man 90 show doesn't hold up well. And they're
okay. First of all, whoever's saying that is whack because Spider-Man 94 is a goddamn masterpiece.
Yep.
Yeah. Like the episode where Sabretooth got like injured or whatever, and he's like in their fucking mansion, and Wolverine's like, this guy's never gonna change, Professor X. He's never gonna change. Then he gets up and actually attacks Wolverine and injures him, and Professor X is like, you were right. Just man, that show was so damn good. Hopefully whenever I watch 97, it's just as good because that show was so damn good.
97 is decent. I just wasn't a fan of the Magneto Rogue subplot. I was not a fan of that. I get
you're not the only one that has had that grievance, and I get it. I understand.
I get you didn't want to do the Logan versus Cyclops dogfight for the millionth time. But y'all could have come. But if y'all just needed melodrama for the season, y'all could have come up with a better matchup than this. Jesus,
dude, the Madeline Pryor episode had me feeling a certain type of way. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of saddened.
I like, I made the mistake because my mom, she's not really into superhero media, but she loves the X-Men for some reason. So we were
appealing to everybody.
So we were we were watching the show, and we got to that episode. I kind of turned and looked at her, and I was like, I think I can safely say I blame cartoons for my taste in women. Like, I'm sorry.
People said, I'm kind of saddened that with the success of X-Men 97, that there wasn't a physical release of it and the 90s cartoon.
Wasted marketing. Marketing.
Wait, they haven't put out a Blu-ray for that at all?
No.
Nothing?
I don't think they have. No.
Wow. Oof. Guess they're really trying to. I mean, people forget Disney doesn't really do that. They have Sony do that for. I'm pretty sure Sony does that for like
They
all the
outsource
companies.
their DVD distribution.
I'm pretty sure Sony does it for all of them because I'm pretty sure all the companies outsource it to them. I'm pretty sure.
I think if one other company does it, Sony and one other, but I can't remember.
Well, why would we release it on Blu-ray when we could keep people paying for Disney Plus to watch it?
And streaming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Disney doesn't know how to. But Disney doesn't know how to be a good moneymaker. MSK.
That is true, but not for the reasons you might think.
MSK be the dad you wanted. Oh, white and successful? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's good to have dreams, buddy. Delusions, not so much.
Yeah, I missed the boat on it. I'll just get it when it gets restocked. It's okay because like people on eBay are gonna try to they're gonna try to sell it for like 3 times the price, and I'm like, bro, come on, stop it. Let's see what else is here. We were all leery of any story of MSK's that starts with this one time I was in the shower.
God damn it.
Wow. MSK, since I'm new here. Oh, nice to meet you. Thanks to Jason for posting on X. Awesome. Hell yeah. I reshared it to spread the corruption of fun. What's the show usually about? So the show primarily encompasses pretty much everything you can think of. It also depends on the people on the panel too. So like, I would say this though. We talk about my sex life, obviously how famous and rich I am, how smart I am. You know, my 200 IQ, obviously.
You know, MSK, when someone asks, what is the show about? I don't think they want to hear about your tantalizing tillos about your sexual adventures with your pillows.
I literally built I had Chat GPT tell me how smart I am. It said I'm over 200 IQ.
The very fact that you had to make an AI prompt to tell how smart you are shows how
MSK's over there like Woody from Toy Story with the ball. he's just talking to Chat GPT. He's like, "Hey, am I smart and good looking?" Shakes it. the thing says, "Don't bet on it."
Dude,
everyone else still make those.
They do.
Dude, everyone knows. I'll usually criticize like dubs of anime, but I remember there was the third Yu-Gi-Oh movie called Dark Side of Dimensions in the dub. After Kaiba got through dueling Yugi in a simulation, someone said in this company that he built a computer to tell him how smart he was. And I was like, I should do that too. What if I build a computer to tell me how smart I am? That'd be fucking awesome. You know? I'm actually at this point where I'm downloading so much information, normal humans can't comprehend how smart I am at this point.
Funny, I say the same thing when I'm playing Elden Ring.
Common veterans are in charge. I'll be honest here.
Every time I'm fighting a boss, I'm like, I got 50% of your moveset downloaded.
The only veterans I would argue are even close to in charge are ones that were kind of like never that good outside of like one story. Like Al Ewing is technically a veteran in charge, but has he done anything good since like Immortal Hulk? Like ever?
A few side stories here and there, but nowhere near the same momentum as his own.
You know? Like Brian Michael what?
Really, from the executive side of things, CB Cebulski and Jim Lee and that crowd, that's only one piece of the problem. If you don't get rid and completely clean house at the editorial level, the group editors, the individual book editors, you're never going to get anything better.
Quality.
You've got to get rid of the Heather Antoses. They all have to be run out on a rail and told never to come back, and you're not going to work in this town again.
Dude, my girl been wilding out. Heather been going crazy this week. Just shooting.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
yeah, that whole thing with John.
Wait, Heather Sudaconic still gets work?
Heather Antos, she's
doing Star Trek over in IDW.
She's the lead
Jesus
editor.
Christ.
Yeah, she has the CB Cebulski Jim Lee. I'm pretty sure she has the CB Cebulski position at IDW. She was crazy. She was the head editor at Marvel for a while. Remember?
She's not the publisher. She's one of the. Or I think she's a group editor at this point.
She's group editor. Okay.
Group editor.
Good
Lord.
Yeah, she has her hands on Star Trek right now.
Oh boy.
Are they about to zap it again and bring it back to life?
I don't think Victor Frankenstein can say Star Trek at this point.
So I have a guy. One of my insiders gave me intel.
Ooh.
David Ellison. About I can't even remember how long ago this was now. David Ellison had a meeting with the advertising department of Paramount Skydance in New York. And it was a surprise meeting. He called everybody from the advertising people in, and he said at that point, and I want to say this was back in January, he's greenlit 2 Star Trek movies to release theatrically in 2028 that will reset the Star Trek universe. He is on the warpath to get rid of all of the woke for all of the IPs, not just Star Trek. He's going to clean house on all of the things that are making it not sell, and
Would
take
that
it
imply
back to the
DC
point
too?
where, yeah, well, I would assume so if they actually get control of Warner Brothers.
That commission's going through.
They need to get control of Millie Alcock in her mouth.
Millie loves big cock, dude. Best name ever. Thank God. 2 parents had sex, made a kid, and named her All Cock.
MSK, that's 2 on the nose even for you. For God's sake.
I'm just pointing out. I had a guy in my school. His last name was Cockroll. So
sounds like a Johnny Cage Mortal Kombat finisher. All cock.
Right. But as Jay Heat did point out, we're gonna get to Supergirl. But the last thing I'll say about to be fair, Tom King is kind of leading in a way. Like the only thing that veterans are
okay. You know, let's drop the pretense here. They're literally making him a consultant. We talked about this in a previous episode. I want to say like 2-3 weeks ago. Jason, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think so. Yeah.
But they're literally making him a consultant just to shove him out the door in the comics division. He is literally on concession at this point. Like, I understand it's a necessary evil, but Jesus Christ, is he making a mess as he's walking out the door?
You do have the Absolute Universe with Scott Snyder and Kelly.
That gimmick's gonna buy you what, another year or 2 at best? It's good for what it is. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're just stalling for time.
The only thing that they can do. Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
Well, I was just going to say the only thing with the Absolute line, not only is it limited shelf life like Jay was saying, but also the fact that it's not the mainline comic books. It doesn't do anything to help sell a Superman title or Batman.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid
comics
solution.
Or Action Comics or Justice League or anything of those things. You have, like I said, you have to clean house at the editor level before anything is going to get any better. Mm-hmm. And they're not ready to have that conversation yet.
And you do have veterans kind of leading that, but that's the thing is like the only, because I will say this, the only way they can thoroughly keep it alive is that they keep pumping out certain characters' books and having them as ongoing series. That's like the only way you could do it. But that's still, even that itself is only going to give you a few more years, which each one, like the Catwoman book they just put out, that's only going to be like 6 issues. The Manhunter book is ending. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Lantern, those are still going. I think the next one's supposed to be, Green Arrow too. Then the next one's supposed to be like what, Aquaman?
No, Absolute Green Arrow is a miniseries, but I get what you're
saying. It's a miniseries, really?
It's a miniseries.
Yeah, the other thing too, though, is even with the ongoings, they have lowered the bar. What you've got now, where a title will sell 40,000, 50,000 copies and be just fine.
Yeah.
10 years ago, that would have been canceled after issue 2. Yeah. You don't have this. A lot of that has to do with the fact that they went with the books into the bookstores and took the spinner racks out. You don't have comics in a place that's accessible to the kids,
casual audience, yes.
The casual audience, yeah. And such a missed opportunity not to put some kind of comic book display in the lobby at the movie theater for every film they released. Hey, you like the Hulk movie? Here's some Hulk comic books. You like the Thor movie? Here's some Thor comic books.
Yeah.
That was a no-brainer, and they didn't do it.
You know what I've always said? If when the MCU was big and the DCEU, well, that never was big, but I'm just making a joke there.
Well, DCEU had potential, they just rushed it. And
what they should have done is that they should have just made, like, if they didn't want to tamper with the mainline continuity, all you had to do was just make a separate comic book line for that. They did it with other things. They literally after they went bankrupt in 2000s, they literally made an entirely separate line. Like, it's not that they can't do that. It's just that they don't want to.
You would have to outsource and move assets around, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Like, hey, I mean, I liked the Absolute books so far. I've read them. I like them a lot. But, at some point, it's like It's like being married to a girl. You know, like you're married and you like her for a while, and after like a few years, you're like, it's not as interesting anymore. You just kind of go through the motions. That's what this is going through right now. It's like still in a honeymoon phase. Same thing happened with Marvel's second Ultimate Universe. Like Ultimate Spider-Man was selling very well. Well, Black Panther and the X-Men
was pissed off of what was going on with Spider-Man after Nick
Yeah.
Spencer. That is purely due to circumstance. If that
Well,
hadn't
and
happened,
they still are. And they
hey,
still
don't
are.
get me wrong. I don't like
One
Paul
more day.
either. I hate the situation.
Yeah.
Nick, but still, let's not
Mhm.
refute the fact that Marvel has been in a steady decline since All New, All Marvel, All New, All Different, and they have just never recovered from a cultural standpoint. They haven't. A few good stories here and there, but they were nowhere where they were 10 years ago.
I love how they had an event called Fear Itself. Such a fear of being bankrupt. Holy shit. But no, so as Jay pointed out, he wanted to talk about Supergirl. So did I. So this is the thing here what people need to understand. Supergirl box office projections opening weekend is between like what the Marvels made opening weekend and The Flash. Both of those movies ended up making like less than $300 million.
I don't even think they made Black Adam numbers.
Black Adam made 384.
Just under 400,000.
Crazy, right? And when people are thinking like, but these companies are just cool with just throwing away money. This is how I know I'm talking to a retard. Guys, you need to understand this. Listen, not you guys, because you guys aren't stupid. Listen, like, understand this, please. Corporations that got this far ahead in life with all these people that run the corporation, all these executives, everyone involved, they did that by making the most amount of investments that gave them the biggest net profit. Okay, that's just a base. That's just a base. Okay, so you could argue, well, MSK, well, couldn't they just make profit later on in the universe after investing into it? You could do that. That's a very good possibility. But we're not in that lucrative of a comic book movie space like we were 10 years ago. We're just not.
Here's an example. The only reason, and say what you will about James Gunn having a niche chase, say what you will about that, but the only reason Guardians got off the ground was because you had brand recognition and good momentum and foundation from the earlier phases of the MCU prior to 2014. I think Guardians was a phase 2 film, if I remember correctly.
And it came out like after The Winter Soldier, like the best MCU movie, debatably, ever, you know?
Well, and that point, you know, Marvel had earned enough
goodwill
with the audience that they could slap the Marvel logo on anything and it would sell because they had not misfired yet.
Hi, Eric.
Unless we're counting Hulk 2008.
Yeah. So you compare that with DC and Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, which was supposed to kick off this big
originally,
DC
yeah.
right?
What was
It
the
had a
original
post-credit
plan?
scene.
What was the
It had
original
a-
plan?
right.
And then it didn't, and then you had Man of Steel, which was going to kick things off.
Yeah,
and then it underperformed, and they were going to do Batman versus Superman, and that's going to fire things off. It was a constant reset. But Marvel was very smart in that some of these movies are sandwiched in between others. And it's not until you get to phase 4 when everything went political and they got ideologically captured, you know, and Kevin Feige wanted to make everything all about the girls. But, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy was ideally positioned after all of these other films had done really well because they were good films that entertained and they told good, solid stories. You know, I could have used 3 more Captain Americas set in World War II.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, and there's other things to point out there too, because a lot of people, because they're just too young to know, Disney is not even the company that originally even took their risk on the MCU. That was Paramount.
Yeah.
Disney bought it from them after they saw the success of the Avengers and went,
okay, this is solid.
This is pretty legit now.
So Disney bought Marvel because Disney, and this goes back. There's a book called John Carter and the Gods of Hollywood that details some of this, and Bob Iger's talked about this in his autobiography. Disney bought Marvel because they had an audience problem. They had the girls wrapped up with the Disney princesses, right?
That is true.
Little Mermaid, and you got Cinderella and Snow White and all of that. They needed a male market to go along with that female market. Well, how do we do that? Well, we got this John Carter thing, and that went through the executive churn. And by the time you get it out on the theaters, there's nobody working at Disney who had anything to do with the film. They don't care about it. And Bob Iger looks at the success of Marvel and say, hey, Marvel's a boy brand. We could buy that. And then we don't need John Carter. And so they bought Marvel. And then they turn around and they say, well, Star Wars, Lucas is getting out. We could buy Star Wars. And at the time, for conventional wisdom, it made absolutely perfect sense for Disney to buy Star Wars because
if you left everything alone instead of revamping it.
Exactly. And we didn't understand the cultural rot that was coming into everything at that time. And when they did this, and Chris Gore has talked about this at Film Thread, he says basically Disney took these boy brands and tried to turn them into girl brands, and by the time you get to phase 4 of the MCU, it's the MCU.
Well, and it's the stylized too, because like a lot of the fans of the MCU will be like, well, why did movies feel so differently back then? Well, because Disney didn't own it. Paramount owned it, and there was like the first movie directed by Jon Favreau, second one's by Luis Leterrier. Then you have Joe Johnston. Then you have Kenneth Branagh. Then you have Joss Whedon. That's going to give you different styles of movies you have because they were allowed
different perspectives, different visions.
And they also creatively, Paramount's a little, this is to their detriment too, because Transformers 2, they creatively allow a little bit more freedom with a lot of their shit, which could be a hit and a miss, but it does allow for different movies to feel not as the same. Like, if you watch Thor and Captain America, their first movies, they're not the same at all. You can tell they're made by different people, right? Well, Joe Johnston did a very good job with showing you what Captain America looked like. And Kenneth Branagh did a great job of showing you the mystical elements of, Asgard and shit.
Yeah, Joe Johnston, by the way, a little bit of trivia. Joe Johnston is the guy who designed Boba Fett. So you've also got this thing. Nia DaCosta had talked about this after one of her movies came in. I guess it was The Marvels. She basically said, and I've put this theory out for a while. The Marvel series of films, if you look at it like a TV series, where each film is an episode, Kevin Feige is the showrunner. He's the lead writer. He's the executive producer. This is all his bag at this point. Now, earlier in the whole Marvel process, before Disney bought it, before you had Marvel Studios, and then you have the Creative Story Group that was
roughly around phase 1.
Yeah, for phase 1, you had Perlmutter in there. You had Joe Quesada, and then Feige and all that, and then Feige basically goes to the Disney people and says, I don't want to answer to Perlmutter and the Story Group anymore. I just want to deal with the top dogs and just do my own thing. At that point, the Marvel Cinematic Universe became the Feige universe.
Because he didn't want humans either. I remember that was a Perlmutter thing. He wanted to try to push in humans because they didn't have
the rights to X-Men.
And Perlmutter didn't want to do a Black Widow movie because Supergirl with Helen Slater had failed. Catwoman with Halle Berry had failed. He's like, nobody wants to watch it.
It wasn't worth the risk.
But he wasn't. And I hated people because he wasn't wrong. Like female superhero movies, literally outside of like Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman did really well, and the only reason that Captain Marvel did $1 billion is because it was sandwiched in between part 1 and part 2 of an Avengers movie, and everybody thought they had to go see it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would not have done as well.
Oh no, on its own in a vacuum, it would have bombed.
If you put out Captain Marvel in the same year they put out Thunderbolts, that movie would bomb on an unbelievable level.
Uncontested.
Yeah.
And it's just this thing where I want people to understand that how the MCU got to where it got to, Warner Brothers is a whole different beast with that. So when we're talking about Supergirl, people need to understand we're not in this like lucrative period where superhero movies just kind of get money because they just are the new hottest girl at the school and every guy wants to bang her. Everyone's seen everything so far. And when you're at this point with Supergirl, okay, people say the trailers don't interest them. I agree with you. The trailers were not interesting at all. I watched it and I went, there's nothing there. Nothing about those trailers excited, I'd argue, anybody, obviously. Yeah. Then Millie Alcock. Well, I wouldn't say she's not attractive, but
she's pulling a Rachel Zegler, and it's not not doing her any favors.
But the marketing and PR aside, I think one of the reasons why they cast Millie Alcock is because of the success of House of the Dragon. They're trying to capitalize on
that success.
It's very much like what I expect Lucasfilm is going to do next year with Star Wars Starfighter and hype Ryan Gosling. You remember he was in Project Hail Mary. You liked him in that, right?
From the actor in Barbie.
Yeah. So Millie Alcock has street cred. She's got a Q score. She's
Momentum
she's
on her side.
a lot of positive buzz on her performance in that show, which I think was the deciding factor in casting her as opposed to one or two of the other candidates. And by itself, in a vacuum, Millie Alcock as Supergirl, okay, fine. However, you combine her Rachel Zeglering, in addition to the fact that we're doing a movie based on Tom King's book, written by a screenwriter who's got 2 credits to her name. This is a disaster waiting to happen simply because all of the elements that are combined into this thing. I mean,
and there's another element to add to that too.
$40 million opening weekend. It's gonna be terrible.
There's another element to add to this too, and people sadly will understand this when this movie inevitably doesn't really do well box office wise. That the narrative is like, well, Superman did well, and it didn't. But let's just say for argument's sake, it did. Let's just say Superman did well, even though it clearly didn't.
It did well enough. It didn't do great.
So they're thinking Superman making that much money will translate to Supergirl. Tell that to Sony. Sony thought making a Venom movie, that means that the other Venom movies would do just as well. It didn't do that. We're just not in that. We're just not in that time period anymore. We're like,
hey guys, Venom was good. Here's Morbius.
Well, the thing,
the greatest movie of all time. What are you talking about?
The thing with Superman, and this goes back to the Snyder stuff too. Superhero movies, especially Superman, they don't play well internationally.
They don't.
Not as well because truth, justice, in the American they don't use that, but that's still there attached.
That's still the consensus.
Boy Scout. So Supergirl's going to do the same thing. It's going to tank internationally. We were talking about this on Comics Division's channel the other day. I made a prediction: 42 million opening weekend with a 78% week-to-week drop. It's going to
generous.
Just collapse.
Okay, I'll get this around the horn right now for a final prediction. I'll start with J-Heat. The end of a box office run. The end number after it's
if I had
theaters.
to be objective, best case scenario, I'd say roughly Black Adam numbers, anywhere between 350 to 380.
It's not gonna do that well.
Well,
hey, like I said, best case scenario. I'm trying to be optimistic.
So what's worst case scenario then?
Worst case scenario, you're probably looking at it 190, 200 to 250.
No, it'll do worse than that. I'm 42 million opening box office domestic, 102 total domestic, 148 total worldwide.
Jason, what are you saying? When it's out of theaters, final numbers are total.
Theaters, it won't even do 150 million worldwide.
You thinking 130?
It's gonna bomb. It'll top out 148 maybe.
Nate, what do you think?
Really, really
That's
bad.
kind of what I was thinking, somewhere within the 100 million to 150 million range.
I was going to say 200.
Hold on.
Good, man.
Master of the Universe, I mean, granted, I did not grow up with the original animated series. My dad did, so please bear with me on this. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. And it surprisingly bombed. I thought it was at least going to do decent.
Which one? Which was that?
The Master of the Universe movie that just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like Supergirl, yeah, I was gonna say Max, which is my originally I said like Venom 3 number, but then I was like, no way, it's too much competition.
No, not Venom 3. No.
$200 million when its box office run is over. That's the max I'll give it. $200 million.
Once you take out marketing, this thing is gonna plummet.
Because remember, the media is already lying about it. They said, and to be fair, I'll be fair here, Deadline didn't say exactly that. They said they're estimating it needs 373 to break even. We know that's not true. But let's just say it is.
Are trying to defend this movie like this.
Let's just say it needs 373 to break even.
I've seen plenty of shills trying to defend it. Fucking Angry Joe has been going on a.
Oh, he replied to me. We'll go to that in just a minute.
He's been going on a fucking
he's
rampage.
Still going off? I thought that was a one and done.
Nope, he's still going off.
Well, now the other thing that could be a wild card in all of this. There will be people that go see this movie simply to see Jason Momoa play Lobo.
That is true. That is true.
Because that character's not in the book, so it's not a straight 1-to-1 adaptation of the book, which is probably.
But to be fair, you could argue that for any comic book movie ever.
Quick trivia: Lobo was included in the original pitch, but they rejected it. So fun trivia.
Right, and the irony is that Jason Momoa has been playing Lobo ever since Zack Snyder cast him as Aquaman. So it's not going to be like
pretty much, yeah.
He's just going to be in a different costume. but people will go see that. And I think that's a wild card factor there that gives it a little bit of wiggle room.
A
But
little bit of momentum, not
word of
much, but a
mouth
little
week
bit.
to week is going to be, this is a terrible movie. Don't waste your time. I'll catch it on streaming if I watch it at all.
What's kind of screwed up about Lobo is I guarantee you, I'm calling it right now, he's not even going to be in the movie for more than 10 minutes.
He's
No,
gonna
he's not.
have
He's
I'll
not.
give you 5.
He's
Like-
not.
her max,
5 minutes
max
screen time, if that.
My guess is he's in the bar where the girl hires Kara. He's in the bar. There is a fight that he's a part of, and then that's it. He's not in the movie.
He might
maybe
come back for the final
not
battle.
even not even
Yeah.
10 minutes.
He's probably in the movie for a max like 5 minutes. It's not
Yeah,
even going to be that much.
It's a glorified cameo, and they're using
Easiest
his
money Jason Momoa ever made.
right. Well, and and
That is
he
true.
sits there, and he talks in interviews when James Gunn took over. His first thing to do was to send him a text and say, "Lobo, baby." He was like, everybody knew because people were talking about it when Snyder cast him as Aquaman. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Jason
'cause
Momoa's Lobo.
Yeah, because he looks like a
But
Rob Zombie reject.
The fact that they're using him in the trailer so much is a bait and switch, and I think that's going to work to the movie's detriment too, because people are going to go this first weekend and they're going to sit there expecting Lobo to be there for a significant amount of time, and he's in there for all of 5 and 8 minutes, and like, man, Lobo's hardly in it. Don't want.
But you
Don't,
could
don't
echo
waste your
that.
money.
But you could echo that to being the same thing as like the Superman movie. Like it was crazy. A Superman movie came out and everyone talked about how Mr. Terrific was the best part of it. That's terrible. That's bad.
In an alternate universe somewhere, the movie comes out, and in the first 5 minutes, Lobo kills Kara Zor-El, and it's just his movie.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up is the fact that all the things we mentioned here, we're not in a superhero lucrative box office renaissance like we were
Nowhere
many
near
years
the
ago.
same momentum we
No.
were
Yeah,
10 years
no,
ago.
we're not.
And my thing is, Warner Brothers, I mean, people might want to say, well, it's different this time around. Was it? Green Lantern was supposed to start things. They stopped that. They stopped the other universe.
Sure.
Yeah,
They,
like,
they were definitely trying to
this-
start stuff with Green
this
Lantern.
company,
I will say that I will play devil's advocate. Green Lantern, say what you will about the overall film and the CGI, but Green Lantern just had a weak script. Green Lantern 2011 just had a weak script.
It
and
had
a-
everything.
So I
And a crappy CGI suit. Like I would have gone practical for the suit. Say what you want about the constructs, but the suit I would have gone practical on.
Yeah, and Blake Lively was horribly miscast as
That is true.
Let's see Star Sapphire. Holy shit.
Well,
Woo!
what my review basically, I said that the Green Lantern movie in that year, that was trying to be 3 different films at once,
Yeah.
and they were all fighting for territory. You had the origin story, you had you had Emerald Dawn, the training stuff, you had the Hector Hammond stuff, and then you had the
Megamind
Parallax stuff.
shit.
So
Sinestro.
you got 3 different stories there, and the
And you
Sinestro
can't
thing,
do
you can't do all of that at once, and suddenly you got whiplash because now we're back on Earth, and now we're over to Oa, and now we're back on Earth, and now we're over to Orno, and here's Hector Hammond, and here's
And this is the
Uh,
ironic part. Even
yeah.
when you factor Sinestro going rogue and becoming a Yellow Lantern and all that, Green Lantern Emerald Knights did this. No, Green Lantern First Flight. I almost got it wrong. I confused it for the anthology movie. Green Lantern First Flight did this perfectly. I mean, way better structure, straight to the point, and it was a straight to DVD release. Everything 2011 was trying to do with half the runtime, and the structure is way smoother. Say what you give or take 10 minutes of filler at the space bar, but other than that, pretty solid in terms of structure.
And
Yeah.
I mean, now we have what we have here with this movie, and I just really don't see any like actual traction for it. Like, yeah, like if people go, okay, well, Superman had success. I don't believe it did, but if you believe it did, okay.
It made his money back if you count merchandise, but I personally don't.
But why does his success means that she would benefit from that? That's not even the same thing.
Momentum and one's an adjacent brand of the other.
The other thing too is you have some familiarity because of Melissa Benoist playing Supergirl on CW for 5 years. You also have James Gunn sitting there saying that the original plan was not Supergirl next, but the script was ready.
Yes, the good old
so
script
it's
was ready.
basically, we're doing this flexible thing, which in and of itself is fine. That means that I'm not having to do homework, and one movie doesn't depend on you watching another movie, and this one's got to come first, and this one's got to come before that, and then the TV show's got to wedge in here, because that messed up Marvel after COVID when some movies weren't ready and they're released out of order. So now the story doesn't make sense. Okay, fine. They all stand alone. You can do whichever one you want to do and go from there. That's smart. And when he sits there and says, well, this script was ready, we greenlit this script, the other one wasn't ready, whichever one it was, I'm fine with them being flexible. But Supergirl was not supposed to be the next one in the line.
I would argue Supergirl was later on, like 2028, 2029.
Yeah, it was supposed to
also,
be,
just doing a Supergirl movie.
Now.
Also, just doing a Supergirl movie straight up to Superman is also kind of weird. She usually, in most mythology, she comes like way later into his continuity. That's like a way later character when other things are already established. Like doing her
depending on the version.
It depends.
Depending on which version we're talking about.
Yeah. And then the other thing to bring up here, when it's kind of funny, is when James Gunn was like, we're not going to let a movie come out until the script and quality is good enough. Well, buddy, Superman, I don't know if Superman proves that concept at all, but I guess. Fuck, like.
You got to remember, Superman is a Silver Age comic book on a movie screen.
Yes, pretty much.
It absolutely is a Silver Age comic. And
Walter,
those of us who grew up reading comics in the 70s and 80s, especially in the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s, that's exactly what that movie is.
I have to get going, but just wanted to say, hey, panel, excluding MSK, of course. Oh my God.
Have a good night, Walter.
Good night, Walter.
Add on to your point, Jason. Magnificent point. I just feel like, you know what? I really didn't want to say this, but I'm gonna have to. I feel, say what you will about the corporate stuff and whether or not Paramount's going to restructure everything. Say what you will about that, but I feel like they could. The only thing that's stopping them from doing Batman is two major factors. One, the epic crime saga, because Matt Reeves didn't want to play ball and integrate it for synergy purposes. And two, they actually wanted to get some cash and profit and let the epic crime saga play out before prioritizing a Batman project. So like Supergirl, Clayface, they're just stalling. Now, I don't think the DCU is going to be personally. I don't think the DCU is going to expand past Man of Tomorrow, unless it's completely overhauled.
I mean,
because there's no demand for it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I thought the same thing too. Because like a lot of people have to understand, when companies have like mergers like this, even like smaller companies, they usually mold that previous company into the vision that they want. And like right now, when Peter Safran is saying things like, "Well, I've talked to him and we kind of on the same page, and he's interested," it's like, yeah, he's just saying that right now because he really can't mold DC into what he wants it to look like. He can't.
Well,
they haven't got fully merged yet.
That's not even Peter Safran saying it. That's one of the producers on the film that's saying that. Ellison came by and visited the set and had conversations with everybody. So
yeah, the conversations are a dime a dozen. Like that could change tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is if David Ellison, if Paramount manages to get Warner Brothers under their umbrella, and Ellison does over there what we think he's about to do at Paramount, James Gunn and Peter Safran could still be there, but their marching orders could be saying, okay, this isn't working, do something else. Now, one thing that's working in their favor, Safran and Gunn, is they're doing smaller budgets. They are not putting $250 million into each one of these movies. And so there's relatively less risk, and there's a better chance that they get into profitability because they're not spending as much to make the thing. That's going to work in their favor as well, because they're, Supergirl's what, 160 million to make it?
Allegedly.
125, something
around 160, yeah.
Yeah, and product placement and all the marketing stuff that they're doing, that's going to help offset some of those costs. The tax incentives from LA is going to offset some of that. And all of those things factor into it. But they are working with they're working with smaller budgets to begin with, and that's
sorry, 175. So the thing is, Mandalorian and Grogu just came out, and that movie break even. That's almost the same budget that this movie does. That movie needed to apparently make between $500 to $600 million to break even. And somehow, for some weird mathematical reason, Supergirl needs to make 2 times less to break even.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just sitting
spin.
there thinking like, what the fuck? He just like, is that girl math? What?
That's spin. They're factoring the 100 million in some like marketing co-op or product placement or whatever else to
But that's
They're
offset.
what
trying to trim
existed.
the numbers where they
You
can.
still got to make that money back. So
Yeah, but this existed in movies. For Man of Steel had that.
yeah, but if you're doing a movie for 175 million, your profitability factor figure at least 2.5 times that before you're in the black.
So at least bare minimum like 450. You'd have to be around there.
Oh, at least,
Bare minimum.
very least. I mean, 175 times 2 is what? The
350.
Jason, I'm black. I can't do math. I'm
Wait,
just-
175
yes,
times.
math is racist.
Wait. MSK, wait. You
450.
say?
Hello? 175
Hold on, let me-
times. I'll bring up on the screen right now because people are gonna be like, MSK, you're lying. You're black. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm white, so that would definitely prove you otherwise. But okay, let me go right here. Don't look at my search
All right.
history.
So,
Yeah, 175.
They got to do at least
2.5.
they got to do at least 450.
Yeah.
Probably
If you go by the general rule of thumb, 2.5, they need 437 million to break even. You
Yeah.
go by the general rule of thumb. They're not hitting that.
They're not going to make that.
There's no way.
No.
Yeah, they're fucking screwed. Hey,
No,
keep in mind,
no chance in hell.
they're even lowballing it too. Deadline had that estimate of like, oh, it needs to make 375 to break even. Yeah, it's not getting that either. Even if we lowballed it, and I even said they were correct about that, you're not even getting that. At the bare minimum max, it's making 290 maybe. So even at the number that they're lying at, it's not going to get it. It's just, I don't know if this universe has this level of interest. I would argue, this might be a hot take, I would argue the absolute universe from DC currently is doing what they're saying that this universe is doing. The absolute universe, I would argue, would bring in more DC fans than this is. What is this offering to anybody?
I don't know that it would because
Just
they're
Guardians of the
different.
Galaxy
They're different
sequels.
versions. They're different versions of the characters, and they're not what people are going to.
Right, but
expect.
what
I
would you
go
think
in-
is bringing in more fans currently? This universe or the absolute universe? I would say the absolute universe is doing definitely better.
Well, sales are good for comic books, but you wouldn't. Your
Apply that
market-
to movies.
your audience for film is completely different from
Oh,
the
yeah,
audience
yeah,
for comic book. So you're comparing apples and oranges there. If you were to do an absolute Superman movie or an absolute Batman movie, nobody's going to make the distinction. Your general population is going to go in there expecting Batman.
Yeah,
And they're expecting a Bruce Wayne, whether it's Adam West or Michael Keaton or whatever kind of Batman it is. Absolute Batman is not going to be what they expect, and they're going to come out and say that wasn't Batman. And it's the same kind of thing. Like if you go into a Thor movie and people go into the comic book shop and they pick up a Thor book and it's Jane Foster, it's like, well, who is this? Who is this gal?
dude, that's Thor.
You know,
Come on, it's a
it-
mantle.
I go and watch the Hulk movie and I come in expecting Bruce Banner and I get Amadeus Cho. It's like, who's this cat?
Oh,
Hey,
Well,
God.
sorry.
It goes back to that whole
early
synergy.
phase 3 all over again.
Yeah, it goes back to that whole synergy thing where there's a disconnect between the audience expectation and what you deliver in terms of your product.
I would just say that the line that the narrative that people are using that this universe is actually bringing people in to being more fans of DC, I would say no. I would say that could be applied to the absolute universe, but this universe, like, because I don't know what this universe is doing. Like, I'll be honest here, I've only met a few people in my life that's actually talked about the Superman movie. To be fair, that I wouldn't take their opinion that seriously. They're pretty hard casuals. They said they liked it. That's about it. Like, does anybody really care about that Superman movie that just came out? It was borderline, just really okay. You know, it wasn't lighting up the world or anything.
Well,
you know?
I think some of it is the result of so many years of diehard fans walking away from all of these franchises. And Mandalorian and Grogu is a good example of that as well.
So much.
Where
especially
the strategy now has to include, not necessarily exclusive to this, but it has to include this idea that whatever we're putting on the screen has to attract new people that don't know anything about any of this stuff. They don't do homework. It's just, here's this thing. It stands alone. It tells the story by itself. You can go in, you can watch it. You don't have to know anything about anything. And then you can have a good time watching this movie. Superman does that. Mandalorian and Grogu does that. They weren't as successful as the studios would like for them to be,
but they
There's
were
been
very
some-
safe.
and they were safe. And you've basically got to completely rebuild every single one of these brands. You know, DC, Marvel has to do it. Marvel's trying to do that with Doomsday. You've got DC trying to do it with this new DCU. Doctor Who's got to figure it out. Star Trek is about to reset everything. Star Wars is starting to try to work things out. I'm hearing now
Everything's a reboot. Halloween's gonna
Well,
reboot.
I'm hearing now that Star Wars they're contemplating going ahead with Heir to the Empire as the next trilogy. And I think that's a bad move, but that's what they're talking about internally
Ahsoka was a bloody
is to
travesty.
do that. So I'm like,
If you've actually read I'm sorry to cut you off. If you actually read the books by Timothy Zahn and you go into Ahsoka season 1, the comparison alone is a freaking travesty. It'll literally piss you off.
It's bad. Yeah. Well, and
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Lars Mikkelsen is so miscast as Thrawn.
Wait, that was him?
Yeah, and I
He looked like Elon Musk for a second when I was watching.
Well, he was the voice in the cartoon. They cast him in Rebels, and they went ahead and carried him over into live action. I was like, he was miscast in the cartoon too. His voice is nothing like what I hear when I read that book. But for them to sit there and say, okay, we're going to somehow Frankenstein an Heir to the Empire trilogy using what we have existing in the Disney Star Wars canon, which includes, now Clone Wars, Rebels, Ahsoka, whatever else, they've got. I don't know how they do it. And it's a terrible idea to try to do this without all of the elements that you need to have. And if you're locked into what already exists in the continuity, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to recast Luke and Leia and Han? Are we going to get Mara Jade? Or is Mara Jade going to get replaced by some other character from Rebels?
Oh, good night, Deeple 101. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Give me some hot ladies. As usual, if you got any hot ladies that know you, give them my number. Obviously, everyone wants that. No, but it's Halloween is going to get apparently rebooted too. Well, I mean, to be fair, we already knew that, but they had put out one of the trades that put out something that said, that TV series that we're going to do for Miramax. They're like, nah, we're just going to just do a movie. Oh my god.
Wait,
all right.
Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they do a Willow reboot a couple years back and they completely shadow banned it?
And they erased it. Yeah. They erased it off the streaming service.
Yeah, it's gone. And it's the same kind of thing. It was the product of the Forces Female crowd running Lucasfilm at the time. So Willow got completely demolished because of ideological capture. Star Wars was in that boat. They have a chance
still
to recover. Indiana Jones got messed up the same way because they hired Phoebe Waller-Bridge to do that stuff. All of these different things. The Acolyte. Right now, they're talking about maybe possibly doing a season 2 of Skeleton Crew, which is a good show. I enjoyed it.
Good show.
It's Goonies and Star Wars, and I'm perfectly fine with that. It's fun. It's a fun show. And now that Kira,
did you like that Darth Maul series that just came out?
Shadow Lord is bloated. I'm planning on review.
The artwork on Shadow Lord is amazing.
Yes,
but the girl from Skeleton Crew, who was going to be the next Slayer in the Buffy reboot sequel, now that the Buffy sequel's not going forward, she's available and she can come back and do Skeleton Crew. So all of these pieces are lining up. I think a second season of Skeleton Crew would do well on Disney Plus. It would certainly do better than anything related to the Acolyte.
You don't want an Acolyte season 2?
No.
Hold on. Let me ask this for the chat. Which is worse, the Acolyte or Starfleet Academy?
Jeez.
Damn.
Wait. Hold on. Before that, because I haven't seen any of these shits. Who willingly watched either of those two? Who willingly sat down and went, I need to watch the Acolyte.
I'll say
the only reason I watched the Acolyte was because I was requested to.
I'll say this: Starfleet Academy was bad for from the perspective of it got so incredibly stupid that it felt like it was a parody of itself. Whereas the Acolyte, I felt like was just insulting my intelligence every single chance it got.
Well, it's
And
like
it's just-
when Mark Maron from Variety, you know, he's always on the red carpet asking the gay questions. He's sitting there with Leslie Headland and what's her name kid that played the lead. You're like, is this the gayest Star Wars series ever?
Yeah, that's when Agatha came out. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
motherfucker, he sounds like everything. He sounds like someone is chronically twisting his nut sack every time he talks.
I was like, Mark, you just need to retire, buddy. But Acolyte was what I didn't watch the Acolyte. I did watch Starfleet Academy. We ended up calling it.
Bastard.
My wife
If anyone needs reparations, it's Jason.
But we saw it, and I called it. We called it Starfleet. I called it Hogwarts, Space Hogwarts. And our name for the Klingon kid was Jaden Pinkett Hollyworth Longbottom.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
That's actually not a bad name. You're not gonna lie.
No, I want to point out. That's what should happen when we watch all these bad TV shows and movies. They should be giving us reparations and payment for watch this shit. We should be paying them to watch this shit. They should be giving us money to watch this shit.
We do because our channels are monetized and we make revenue from this because it's the only way to justify even watching.
I think personally, and this is just me, you guys can disagree with me. I think the Acolyte is worse. I think it's worse on a writing level, a character level, a story level. Like there is nothing about that show that would ever make me want to go back and watch it. And here's the thing, you know, I'm not opposed to Star Wars stories that are set like a couple hundred years to a couple thousand years in the past. Like the Old Republic is like one of my favorite eras of Star Wars, period. But you still got to tell good stories and you still got to make them make sense. And none of that was going on in the Acolyte.
Oh my God, I just remember. Wait, didn't the lead actress make a diss track?
She did. Yeah. She did. She made a diss track. She made a diss track on the fans and everybody just completely like shredded her for it.
Well, and what's funny is I was having conversations with my wife as we're watching Starfleet Academy. And she grew up on 90210.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at Starfleet Academy and she's like, oh, this is 90210 in space. And she's looking at it from a completely different perspective. And I think the correct one, where if you watch Starfleet Academy as a Star Trek show, it's absolute garbage. If you look at it as the teen high school drama show like 90210, then that's the kind of stories you expect. That's what you get. Now it doesn't.
It's a bit more palpable.
It doesn't hold up in the context of being Star Trek. It makes absolutely no sense at all. They don't get any of the continuity correct. They don't get any of the technology correct. It's absolutely stupidly written because Starfleet Academy is supposed to be the best of the best, and all of these people are idiots. But as a high school drama show, it absolutely is that.
Even the Orville was written better than this crap, and that was was considered a parody.
Yeah.
I remember when Nate he just said, "Fucking, they should be giving you reparations for watching this." They should. You know, if they gave me money, you know, it's crazy. If I was paid to watch this stuff, I would watch it more. I'm not getting paid to watch this shit.
No, dude, anytime I go to watch one of these bad woke shows, I immediately turn into fucking Cleveland from Family Guy when he's going, "Oh, Miss Eliza,
going down to Mississippi.
Miss Eliza, gonna go to Mississippi."
I think
I need my motherfucking reparations for the time that was stolen from me.
It was like the last movie we watched on here and reviewed together was Scream 7, and before that we watched Send Help, and then before that we watched it was that movie with Chris Pratt. Oh my God,
Mercy.
Mercy. It was Mercy, and before I think the worst movie I've seen when watching this newer shit it has to be Trap. That has to be the worst movie I've seen.
Here's the thing. M. Night Shyamalan is the epitome of a filmmaker who just throws shit at the wall.
Oh my God.
Sees what's
my brain just lit up. You know what's crazy? if M. Night Shyamalan was leading this universe for DC and not James Gunn, I can almost guarantee all the money in my bank account, people would have a different reaction to how this shit's been going. If you take away James Gunn and you swap him with M. Night Shyamalan, there is no way people would be on board with some of the
Well, he
bullshit.
made us
Ain't he the guy who directed the last Airbender movie?
Yeah.
He also
Why you gotta bring
directed.
him up? That's
Which
the worst
bomb?
example you could think of. Why you gotta bring him up?
No, I'm just saying if you swap the nameplate, because I feel like people are giving James Gunn a huge pass because of the Guardian stuff, which is I guess fine. But if you swap him with like Michael Bay or M. Night Shyamalan or any other controversial
No,
director,
Michael Bay would be able to salvage this crap way better than M. Night
I don't know,
Shyamalan.
man.
Like,
To be fair,
I don't know.
Supergirl would look hot though.
Could you imagine an alternate universe where the DC universe is run by Michael Bay and Zack Snyder? Like, what the?
No, what I'm bringing up is if you swap the nameplates with people that are a lot more controversial, there's no way if you told me M. Night Shyamalan was running this universe, people would be okay with
He's
how
made
things are
superhero
going.
movies, and they all suck. Well, actually, no, except Unbreakable. I like
M. Night
Unbreakable.
Shyamalan made The Happening, one of the worst films on this planet ever conceived. No one should watch that.
Dude,
in
I could
any
have gone.
context.
I could have gone another 20 years without someone ever bringing up The Happening ever again.
The villain of that movie, what's the villain of that movie? Is like pollinite the plants or something? Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
It's the plants. The plants did it.
What I'm curious about, what I would like to see in an alternate universe, I think you could have a successful DC universe with George Miller.
That's not a bad choice. Not
What
at
about
all.
Matthew
no.
Vaughn? Wasn't
And
Matthew
we-
Vaughn the biggest
And
choice of
we
these things?
almost did. You guys remember he was in pre-production for a Justice League movie.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
way
Justice
back
League
in the
Immortal,
day.
I remember that.
Yeah, with Army Hammer was going
They
to
got
be
suits
Batman.
and everything. They were filming. It was going to be a movie, and then they just
Army
Canceled
Hammer. I
it.
like that name.
Way
Well,
backed out.
they weren't they hadn't shot anything yet. They'd done costume tests. We've got photos of Megan Gale as Wonder Woman in the outfit,
oof.
but they
Yeah.
never shot anything because something was it writer's strike I think happened at that time.
It was
And-
right
and
before the
whole
recession. I do
Thing,
remember
the whole
that.
thing fell apart.
Yeah,
But we almost got George Miller doing a Justice
yeah.
League
Because I
movie.
remember the goal.
So
was
that's
to
how
make
we
a
ended up with Revenge of the Fallen.
Because from what I remember from reading everything back then, apparently they're gonna make a Justice League movie, which was that one, and then depending how successful it was, they were gonna have individual characters have their own franchise, which is
Yeah.
that's a good idea. That's fine. You know, that's not a bad idea. It's just that's a lot writing on a first movie to be able to do that. But hey, I like the balls that they're gonna do, but
Yeah,
it didn't happen that way.
That was pre Furiosa, pre Mad Max, Fury Road. I don't know that Miller would be. Would he be the best choice now?
Dude, what
I
happened to
don't know.
Matthew Vaughn? Remember Matthew Vaughn was like on the top of the list to direct all these Batman and Superman movies, and then they just always went to someone else. Like, it's crazy that I firmly believe it's just because people like James Gunn's movies that they're just allowing all this bullshit to come up from him. Any other director, they would be like, what the fuck? If you had not Jon Favreau, I would say like Louis or who's the guy who directed the Fast and Furious movies? The main guy. Oh my god, James. not James Wan. Justin Lin.
No.
Keep that motherfucker
No,
away.
I'm just saying, like, take out James Gunn
God's sake.
and you take out James Gunn and you put Justin Lin in charge. There's no way people would be on board with this. No way. It has to be because they like James Gunn more. It has to be.
You know who would be the perfect director for a Superman movie?
Besides Justin Lin,
Joe Johnston.
That is true.
what happened to my guy
Great
Joe
choice.
Johnston?
You
What
know,
happened to him, man?
he directed Captain America: First Avenger.
He did. Yes,
I agree. Yeah.
he did.
I
That
read-
movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, the Falling Sky movie. What was it called? I forgot what it was called. It was so
Skyfall is that what you're
no.
talking
It was
about?
like oh my god. It was he was shooting the rockets in the sky. I forgot what it was called. It was a really good movie.
But yeah, he could do Superman
Easy.
better than anybody else. And I the first Wonder Woman movie I thought was fine, except for the whole thing falls apart.
It's that
in the
third act
half.
that really does
It-
it. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good until it turned into a Zack Snyder film.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Exactly what
Christ,
happened.
Nate.
But you could have somebody. If you did okay. So you give Joe Johnston Superman, you give Wonder Woman to Bryce Dallas Howard,
Hmm.
you give Green Lantern to
Todd Mc not no who's the
Don't
guy
you
that
dare
does,
say Todd McFarlane.
no it's the other McFarlane. Oh my god, the Family Guy.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth
No,
MacFarlane?
no, no,
Seth
That
no.
McFarlane?
Green Lantern, you give to
No, I was joking. Best sci-fi person. Ooh, that would need a sci-fi militaristic director to do that.
No, definitely not James Cameron. No, God,
not
no.
necessarily. You could give
James Cameron almost did Spider-Man at one point. Remember
Did.
that?
That is true. I gotta give you that.
That's crazy.
I could see now. Of course, I'm bringing in a lot of the Star Wars, TV people, but Rick Fumiyama would be a possibility.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, in an
see.
alternate universe where Jon Favreau didn't become a hack, I probably would have said Jon Favreau.
Favreau, you give Justice League to Favreau.
Or the Flash.
What?
I feel like Jon Favreau could do a good Flash movie. I feel like he would understand how to do it good. He has the quirkiness, the humor to him.
Lord and Miller. You give Lord and Miller the Flash.
Oh, I was going to point out, because people we're going to be digging up Joe Johnston. Look at his filmography. It's not that bad. He has Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I watched that. That's a good movie. The Rocketeer. I never watched that.
That's an excellent film.
The Pagemaster is amazing. I love this movie. You have Jumanji, the original.
You love that
one.
movie, but you don't love fantasy. What the fuck is wrong with you?
October Sky. Oh, this one. Yeah, October Sky. That's a good movie.
It's
Jurassic.
good, yeah.
Jurassic Park 3.
No, Joe. He missed. Okay. Oh, it's
His one miss.
Hidalgo, the Wolfman. You have Captain America.
I got mixed feelings about Wolfman 2010.
Not safe for work. I've never seen this. His last movie was 8 years ago.
Dude, you want to talk about diarrhea in a bucket? The Nutcracker in the Four Realms is diarrhea in
my
the
niece
bucket.
dragged me to that. That was god awful.
Is that the main girl from Smallville? That's Lana. What's
No,
Lana doing
she
in
played
that?
she played Bella and Edward's daughter in Twilight.
That looked like Lana from. Oh, what the hell is Lana doing in that shit?
No, Lana would have been an improvement.
I remember seeing that. Like, it was a holiday when I saw that, and oh my god, I wanted to blow my brains out all over the car.
Did you have to go? Did you get dragged into going by your little niece? And
no, at worse, I was dating a girl at the time who wanted to see it.
Oh, you poor bastard!
Yeah, I know.
Kristen Crook is lead on a murder mystery series right now.
I did get laid that
she's
night,
always in TV. Yeah, she was in Beauty and the Beast before that too for a while. Good lord, Kristen Crook is beautiful, man. What a gorgeous lady. If you ever want to have sex with me, I'd be willing. Just saying. And to be fair, Sydney Sweeney might be calling me after the show to bounce on my dick for a little bit, as you guys know.
The day you get a call for Sydney Sweeney is the day I win $1 billion in the lottery coming out of the gas station.
Wait. Since you're black, wouldn't you blow it on Jordans and like weed or something?
You want to print
don't
money?
test me live, man. Just don't test me live.
If you want to print money, you cast Sydney Sweeney as Power Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
The most obvious choice in the room, ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't matter what the story is at all. You put Sydney Sweeney in the Power Girl suit for 2 hours, sold.
She could be fighting. She could be fighting dog shit in a paper bag, and it would make $2 billion.
I'm just imagining in my head. Yeah, this would easily make $1 billion.
Yeah.
It would make more than the Supergirl movie coming out. You cast her as Power Girl. Oh my god, fucking hell!
Once again, she's pulling a Rachel Zegler, man. Like, why are you gonna tell? Don't
she's doing what the PR team is telling her to do. She's young.
By telling white Christian dads.
I'm not saying it's not a dumb
for
thing to do. I never said it wasn't stupid.
From what I've read, though, I didn't see the actual quote, but I have seen some analysis that said that some of that got taken out of context and juxtaposed with something else.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
Which that kind of thing happens. But yeah, she's not been saying things that are conducive to box office sales.
No,
regardless of how it's being perceived, she's saying some stuff.
She's not helping the situation at all.
No, she's not.
Well, I mean, at least she's not up there saying Supergirl is weird or something like that.
Well, she did say that she's fully embracing the idea of Supergirl being a queer icon.
Oh,
yeah.
So there is that.
Because, dude, no,
It's pure desperation.
To be fair, this reminds me of when like Captain America and Bucky were friends in the MCU, and people were like, "Oh, they should just be gay and just make out and fuck each other." It's like, what is with people when they can't?
Who is doing that?
I mean, did you not see? Dude, there was a big
People people with fetishes, and they just can't control their urges. They think everything needs to be catered to me and what I like.
But they can't just look at a relationship and go, "Hey, there's no sexual tension there." Like, I don't know about you guys. I would not like to watch a Captain America movie where he's getting pegged by Winter Soldier. Just pointing out, I would not like to watch that.
I think you downloaded the wrong Captain America movie, MSK.
So to be fair, you're talking about the Tumblr crowd. I call them the theater kids because they're running everything and they make everything about me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
thank you, Jason. Perfect analogy.
To be fair, shippers like that
they're
have
the
always
worst.
been around. Because if you go back to the late 60s, early 70s, they were doing that with Kirk and Spock. This is not anything
I can
new.
believe that. I can believe that.
They do it with Sam and Frodo. They do it with Cap and Bucky. They do it with Kirk and Spock. It's nothing new. This is
why,
that crowd.
Why are you pandering to, like, when she's saying, "Oh, I'm glad she's a queer icon"? These people literally just only see sex and everything.
We don't need to listen to those people. You know why? Because that's how we ended up with the Rey and Kylo Ren kiss and Rise of Skywalker.
Oh God, I remember that.
Yep, like, hey, I would love to watch the Supergirl movie where she's just on a fucking table getting eaten out by a lady. Yep, that would make the movie so much better. Now, would I watch that? Yeah, for science reasons, obviously. But it's just one of these things where I don't understand. So let's say she gets pegged by another girl in this movie. How would that make it make more money? I don't even know how that was even translate. How does that work?
So I did the math once. In the U.S. Census, you have about 7 or 8% of the population that identifies as non-heterosexual. All right, non-straight. And really, the crowd that these people are catering to makes up about 2% of the population. I did the math one time. The representation of non-straight characters in the Arrowverse at one point was 22%.
Yo, everyone was gay.
Wait.
Everybody was gay in the Arrowverse.
Yeah, 22% of the lead characters in the Arrowverse
all sucked
were queer of some sort. And in the U.S. population, you talk about representation. The U.S. population, it's less than 5%.
The fucking showrunner was like, "You're gay, everybody's gay."
Greg Berlanti is gay. The guy who was in charge of all of it. It's just like Russell T Davies in charge of Doctor Who. He's going to make it the gayest show ever. And, he's doing all this promotion for his show Tiptoe, which is all about gay and trans oppression. And he's all over that and was using some of his, self-insert experiences in Doctor Who.
He's going to have 2 people watching that.
Yeah.
At max.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's not going to last a season.
Oh, I had this one guy who's super obsessed with me. Like, he's just fine putting out my real name.
You need to step away
his
from
name
the mirror.
Nate?
No. This guy like literally tries to pull my real name out on Twitter to skip. He'll say things like this fucking FAGGOT. He's like, "Joe, I've spoken to multiple former classmates of MSK who all confirmed he was basically an incel throughout his entire high school years. Don't pay him too much mind unless you're making fun of him." I don't even know how this relates to what I brought up here. I don't get it. Why is this guy constantly obsessed with what I was doing back when I was a kid? You fucking weirdo. You're actually weird. Just
wait, what was the original post? Like, was this just
no. Because Angry Joe was white knighting for Millie Loves Big Black Cock. And then I said, imagine white knighting for women in 2026. This is you currently. And I just posted this to him. Then he said something. I didn't reply to that because I don't reply to this fucking guy. I really hate this guy's videos. I like this guy's videos, actually. His content's not that bad at all. I subscribed to this guy.
I thought it was just a persona for the longest time. I didn't think he'd go off like
No, that's how he actually is.
Yeah. Like, I used to love watching this guy's videos, but you know, people change. I was like, people are allowed to joke about things. It's not that serious. And this guy he's always obsessed with me. They're like, just don't, I know, I've talked to people from high school that know that guy. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I'm not the same person I was back when I was like 16. That's actually a crazy concept that people can
I don't know what you're
up and-
talking about. I'm still kind of the same.
Yeah, like I still think women are stupid. I still think, you know, blacks are retarded. Like, these are things I've always said. I don't change, you know, like nothing's changed.
She's gonna just fucking crawl through the screen like the fucking Ring, bitch, and just like strangle the shit out of you.
God, like, but this is the thing is like, this one, not even just about blacks. It's like this. It's worse with women. You criticize women, dudes are so in love with women. The idea that anyone criticizes them, you are like the antichrist to them. Like, you do. I'll point over here. If you died, not saying you guys will, if you died right now defending that chick, she wouldn't give a flying fuck. She wouldn't care.
Well,
if you died right now.
I mean, there's a huge difference between, you know, defending a woman that's like, you know, your girlfriend or a friend,
yeah,
or a friend.
Defending your gal's honor, or someone's close to you. That's a completely different context.
As opposed to some random bitch online that you're never gonna meet.
Yeah, like if you're defending like your mom or your sister or your that's fine to me. That's understandable. But defending these random celebrity women who she literally wouldn't give a flying fuck if you croaked right now, and you're like, "Oh, my lady, I'm just gonna get on my knees and just suck your pussy juice into my throat and just choke on it." Oh yes, like no, I'm not a loser. I'm just saying that this is the reason why women don't respect guys anymore. This constant notion that if you even bother criticizing women, that you are the antichrist. It's like, all right, enjoy being single.
Men should show their emotions more. She breaks up with me 2 weeks later.
I don't get it.
It's like, damn, bitch, I just had a bad day at work. Fuck.
Part of that too is the feminization of our industries. You have women in charge of traditional publishing. You have women in charge of some Hollywood studios. You have women in charge of schools. You have women in the HR department, and everybody's got to get along. And we got to do things that don't hurt other people's feelings.
HR
and all of that, you know, the corporate stuff and that kind of thing has an impact on how people deal with each other, because you have the box wine Karens that are running things from the HR department, and they're shaking their finger at everybody because nobody should be allowed to offend anybody, and you need to be on your best behavior, and that's determined by the rules in HR as opposed to, you know, get out in the real world.
They did that thing of like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. And it's like, I would understand if we actually lived by that throughout our entire human lifespan, nothing
would get done
ever. Because this notion of like, hey, if you don't like something, just don't give your opinion. But I paid for this. Yeah, don't give your opinion if it's bad. I paid for this out of my own money.
Right.
Well, and it's also, you know, women approach conflict resolution in a different way than men do. It's a psychological truth, and they want to do, you know, let's sit down and talk it out, where the guys are going to sit there and they're going to argue and yell at each other for 5 minutes, and then after work they're going to go get a beer. You know, there's a completely different mindset to dealing with problems and dealing with issues, whether it's personality conflict or if it's a problem on the job, or we got a problem, we got an issue we got to solve on the project. How do we do that? And sometimes there are going to be words.
I'll run her over with my forklift.
Yeah, exactly. And women.
All right, Vin Diesel, Jesus Christ.
Women handle it differently.
Yeah, it's like you bring up like all the issues that women have, and dudes are like, it's because you just don't get no pussy. Yeah, it's just like, oh, because women are obviously, you know, fine. It's okay if you criticize guys. It's not okay if you criticize. It's like, what in the world? It's okay to call men all these different names, all this shit. Say anything you want about dudes. The moment you criticize a girl, it's like, that's because you just don't get vagina, dude. It's like, you don't get girls. It's like, the fuck? The hell is wrong with you?
You know, it's funny. We just hired a girl a couple weeks ago to work at the warehouse. Yeah, she's kind of fat, frumpy, and sort of looks like Mark Henry. And can't build pallets with shit. You know what?
No. on, man. Stop.
No.
Not taking the imagery out of my head. Thanks, MSK.
No, like literally, she looks like Mark Henry. I'm not even joking. Like, I almost want to play someone's gonna get their ass kicked as she's walking in the fucking door.
Do you know what's always funny is that when you watch those Instagram and Facebook reels when those fat girls are getting interviewed and they're always saying things like, I'm pretty, I'm attractive, I'm an 8 out of 10.
But aside from how she looks, ever since she started, man, like she's just not picking up the fucking slack or doing what she needs to do with the job. But for whatever reason, we can't say anything to her about it.
Wait,
like our bosses have completely like told us to leave her alone.
All right.
It's like, why? She's bringing down the whole fucking team. She can't even walk 10 feet without looking like she ran a mile. Like
we're gonna watch this last thing and they're gonna head out because I know it's late for you guys here. To be fair, I have to work tomorrow, but I close, so I work way later.
What the fuck is this?
You guys remember like Fairly Odd Parents?
This is so random.
Where are we going with this?
You guys remember Fairly Odd Parents? Have you ever?
Yeah.
What if Wanda and Cosmo were the fairies of Diddy?
What?
We are super excited to be.
Do you guys hear that?
You have to turn it up more.
Oh, okay. Let me have sex with a girl first.
What?
Your new fairy godparents. Isn't that right, Cosmo? That's right, Wander. And we are here to grant you every wish you desire. Anything you wish for, we would grant it for you. So what's your first wish gonna be?
I wish to clap Cosmo cheeks.
Sorry, we didn't quite get you. You wish to clap what?
I said I wish to clap Cosmo cheeks.
You wish to clap Cosmo.
Yeah, you heard me right. I want to oil Cosmo up, giving him consecutive back shots.
What?
That's my wish.
You can wish for any single thing in the world, right? You can wish to anybody in the world, any celebrities, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Beyonce.
But I want Cosmo.
I'm sorry, we can't do that, bro. Why not? Like, bro, seriously.
Why not?
I'm not trying to be homophobic, but I can't just let you clap my cheeks, bro. Like, bro, I got a wife, my kids watching. I ain't just into all that, man.
Who's gonna stop me?
Who's gonna stop me?
Hey, Cosmo, put on some baby real quick. I'm about to get into business. And as for you, Wanda, get the baby out of here. Cause shit's about to get real freaky.
Whoa. I will not stand here letting my husband's cheeks get clapped in front of me and my baby.
All right. Pretty sure that
Please have the video for the love of God.
This is how I know this is not canonically canon because isn't Diddy? He's a grown man.
Hold on.
He's not supposed to be having no fairy godparents anyway.
Wait a minute. Your first statement was, "I'm pretty sure this is not canonical." No shit, Nate. No.
Yeah, but somewhere in your fucked up head, you wish it was canon.
No, wait a minute. Your first statement to sing Diddy Fairly Odd Parents was, "This is not." Yes, no shit.
Well, about halfway through the video, I was like, he's a grown man. How does he have fairy godparents?
Jesus Christ, we're so getting demonetized.
Oh God. I can't believe Nate was like, "This is not canonical." No, are you? No.
Why do we entertain this?
I'm pretty sure they did not put this on Nickelodeon when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure they didn't do that. What are the comments? We have the wrong kid. Oh.
It's taking everything in me not to die laughing right now.
Y'all wanted new videos? The music makes it more hilarious. Diddy standing there quiet, like, "Whenever you ready, bruh. But this shit is happening even if you don't want it to."
Wait.
Did he look at Cosmo and said, "I like you"? And I'm like, now we can do things way. We can do it the hard way.
Bro skipped his 3 wishes and went straight to chaos mode. That the fairies just wanted to help him now. Needs security by calling 911. Consecutive back.
Oh my god.
Oh, you gotta pull out the rule book.
Rule number 1:
on this
thou
bed.
shalt not fuck thy fairy
Yeah,
god.
later, I can't show the rest. He said, Poof, get on this bed. That's wild. You need to be in prison. You need to be in prison. Poof is not human.
Dude, hell is not hot enough, apparently.
What in the Diddy? I wish to clap Cosmo cheeks is crazy. That's wild.
Jesus H. Christ.
If someone said the why not is what really made him cry.
Why?
Why not? During the video, he was like, I want to clap Cosmo's cheeks. Yeah, but that's gay. Why not? Fuck. There was one about SpongeBob. We should watch that one. Oh my god.
Wait,
Someone said SpongeBob Diddy. He said, one of the comments was SpongeBob Diddy pants.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking throw up. Like, oh my god.
Oh shit, I can't breathe.
Oh my god. Remember how SpongeBob likes going jellyfishing?
Dude, I'm turning so red over here. I'm a turn into the Red Hulk from
Why
Brave
did
New
Diddy
World.
why did Diddy invade SpongeBob's universe? What is this?
Thanks, John.
Where?
Oh, hey there, Spongy.
Care to go jellyfishing with me?
Ah, sorry,
The
bro.
impression is not bad.
Maybe some other time.
You sure you don't want to go jellyfishing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You can go find someone else to play with, though.
Boy, I ain't playing jellyfishing with nobody. I want to play with you, nigga.
I'm not really in the mood, you know?
Man, I don't give 0 fucks about that, cuh. You either
Was not
come
expecting
play
that.
jellyfishing with me, or you ain't going nowhere, nigga.
What?
Hey, yo, Sponge. Look, I don't want no trouble, man.
Who said anything about trouble, nigga? What you trying to get into? The fuck you mean you don't want no trouble?
Look, man, I don't. You know, you could go play jellyfishing with anyone, man.
Hey, yo, bro. What's with that look? Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Where do you find this shit?
That's not the SpongeBob I grew up with. I did not grow up with SpongeBob like that.
It's a deleted scene on the back of season 3.
That was the crossover that we weren't supposed to see, apparently. I wonder what the comments are like.
Oh my
Speaking of SpongeBob, wait, don't you know they actually have a Goofy Goober? They actually opened a real life Goofy Goobers.
What?
Orlando.
No, they
They
fucking
did.
didn't.
It's my fault for having a phone. Sponge on that Diddy mentality. Oh my. And he ain't talking about Sandy. Fuck.
What in the SpongeBob Diddy?
It's already over. Don't move. Now his voice got deep. Hey, Sponge out of pocket. What SpongeBob is this? Don't move in. Don't move. Sniffs. Don't try to resist. You know what's really funny? Is that
Jelly Cheeks is diabolical.
Dude, I still can't. SpongeBob Diddy pants. Oh my god.
The comments are covering my face right now.
He got a hat trick helping him carry his victims back.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking pass out. Holy shit.
Well, you know what's funny about that Diddy situation with that baby oil? Costco said that wasn't even real, and everyone just ran with the baby oil thing. Dude, remember they had AI Pixar movie trailers of baby oil rated PG?
Stop.
The baby oil thing didn't even exist. They just made it up, and everyone just.
I thought it did exist. Though.
You know, dude, I saw a reel of a guy who put a bunch of baby oil on his floor and started retardedly tripping on it.
Jesus Christ.
Well, time for intros. Make sure don't watch Rated R, Fairly Odd Parents, and SpongeBob
Wait, we're doing
SquarePants.
intros?
Oh my god.
MSK.
Time for outros.
You've done enough damage for one night.
Yep. Remember Disney's Pixar's BBC and the White Snow Bunny? Woo! I remember that one. All right. Jay Heat, what do you have planned coming to? I'd like to let the audience know about that. It's not about jellyfishing and Fairly Odd Parents.
Well, I can assure it's nothing like that. But
no jelly cheeks are involved.
I'm gonna get some jelly cheeks.
Nate, you magnificent bastard.
I'm gonna get me some jelly cheeks. Why does his face look like this? What's the suspense building background music's name? Oh, yeah. Diddy is Sponge. Oh. All right. Oh, yeah. Speaking of not getting some jelly cheeks, fuck. God damn it.
End the show.
Okay, try to get through outros without saying the words jelly and cheeks.
All right, Jason, speaking of all of what Jay Heat and Nate was doing to me, fuck. Pause. No Diddy.
Yeah, tomorrow night we continue our Babylon 5 retrospective rewatch. We are in the middle of season 4. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern over on Science Fiction Snobs channel. And at some point we'll have another live from the bunker over on ours. We usually start that at 1 p.m. Eastern, so people can check that out. We have over 1,000 installments of that show.
Oh, awesome. Hell yeah.
Plenty of conversations that we've had in the past. You can check out the archive. And at some point, we're probably going to go back and circle around, talk more about what's going on with Star Trek and Star Wars eventually. But that's what's coming up here tomorrow night. Babylon 5.
At least you won't have any space cows or old yellers.
Not yet.
All right.
Hell yeah, man. You're one of the only people I know that's beside a few people that's reached 1,000 episodes on the show. Yeah, it's just dedication, everyone, and your podcast will get there. You know, there's going to be some weeks where it's going to be like, why am I doing this? But you guys just keep pushing through. Jay Heat, what were you going to have planned coming to you? Let the audience know about.
That's for me. You can find me at Jay Heat Blade, Jay Heat 75, where I do movies, games, and retrospectives. Also, I got my Shadow Lord review and the Mandalorian Grogu review. I'm going to try to get those out hopefully before the end of the month. So stay tuned for those. Also, since I was already going to plan to watch it anyway for Lobo, expect a Supergirl review, though more than likely it's probably going to be mid. But hopefully I'm proven wrong. And just come and chill with Blaze Nation. We'd be glad to have you.
All right, hell yeah, man. Nate, beside giving dudes diabolical back shots, got anything planned coming you like to let the audience know about?
Well, I'm not going to be doing that because that's kind of gay.
I would hope so.
But you can follow me at Full Metal Nate on YouTube. I haven't really been doing any uploads or live streams recently, but I am looking to get back into it, you know, at some point. I want to get back to playing D&D with my friends, you know, streaming some games, just getting back to doing things that, you know, that make me happy, you know, but anyway, that's all for me. Anyway, back to Jelly Cheeks.
Jelly cheeks. that image of that black guy crying and his caption is diabolical backshots is gonna live rent free in my head forever. I'm done.
MSK, are you trying to get them jelly cheeks?
Definitely not.
Stop, please. Stop for the love of
He's
God.
gonna say that He's gonna say that to the next woman he sees. He's gonna be like, "Hey, baby, you're gonna give me them jelly cheeks."
Nope. If I walk up to a girl and I say, "Hey, yo, girl, I'm trying to give you some diabolical backshots," do you think
what is worse, diabolical backshots or jelly cheeks?
Or you ask her, "Is it pink?"
Oh my god, dude.
I'm just saying, if you ask her, it's in pink. I'm just
You're
saying.
just making this shit worse.
Check the private chat.
You ask her, is it hairy or is it pink? That's all you gotta ask her. The Jelly Warrior. That's crazy. That is crazy work.
Well, I mean the context to the peanut butter and jelly asshole sandwich now makes more sense.
God damn. You didn't be in the shower round.
But Tom here is going to call it lunch.
Oh, God, FBI, please come. Holy shit.
Someone clip that. I love the emphasis he put on it. FBI, please come.
I believe that was 144.57.
I'm dead. I'm dead inside. As you guys know, for me, I have podcasts and game streams coming up, and coming up, I should be streaming League of Legends later on tonight if I'm not too tired. What else do I have? Yeah, pretty much podcasts and game streams. Let me give you guys my schedule really quickly before we head out. Tonight, if I'm not super tired, I'll stream League. Tomorrow, I'll do my one stream before I go to work. I'll play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Then I'll do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel stream, obviously, on Thursday. Friday, I have an MSK show episode with Dingus Den before I go to work. And then, obviously, Saturday, Sunday, pretty much is just going to be game streams before I go to work. No, wait, hold on. I might have to go fuck my own ass. Wait a minute. I'm not retarded. So,
pause.
You gonna be hitting them jelly cheeks?
Fuck you. Yeah. Potentially League tonight. Yeah, so there's League tonight, and then there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and then there's the MSK show. So Saturday, Sunday, given how my work schedule is, probably just gonna do game streams after I get off work for both days, because that's all I can do, because I'm dead. That's like 12-hour, those are 12-hour days I'm doing there. Fuck. No, I'm not gonna be the Jelly Warrior. Not doing that. And no, I do. If I go up to a girl, if I go to, dude, are you going to the FNT meetup this year? Jason, are you going to go to the FNT meetup this year?
Probably not. But before we keep going, I got to bail because I got to get some medication for my wife.
Oh, we're done anyway. Yeah,
we're wrapping up.
Oh, we're done anyway.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
See you guys later. Good night. Everybody.
Yeah, good night, man. Have a good night, man. Yeah, so it's just been a crazy ride here. We have.
I don't think you can say stuff like that anymore without
you too.
Without me and Cheat just fucking getting ready to
I just want to make sure that there was a part of that clip. Diddy literally said, "I'm trying to give your ass diabolical back shots." And he said, "Why?" And he said, "Why not?"
Why not? It's just the look in his eyes when he said it too. He's like, "Why not?"
One last thing before we head out. If Boondocks came out today, man, we'd be having a fucking riot.
Oh God, Boondocks wouldn't even make it through its new season because people would just have a fucking meltdown over it.
And we'd have so much material too.
Oh, do you remember those Squidward? Do you remember those Squidward videos where Broly's charging him and Squidward's just screaming? Oh.
I remember the one where Omni-Man's beating the shit out of him.
Dude, there was the one where Squidward is, the episode where Squidward is fearing a SpongeBob's gonna blow up the Krusty Krab, and then there's a gif, there's a reel where SpongeBob's like, I almost about to blow up the Krusty Krab with carbon monoxide. That shit makes me cry every time. Oh, my fucking stomach kills me every time. Fuck. Oh.
Did they make him sound like a Muslim terrorist when he said it? Or?
Squidward, I'm about to blow up the Krusty Krab with carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide? It's so oddly specific.
Oh, I gotta find it before we head out. I have to find it.
Did they ever do a parody of the band scene?
The band scene? Which one?
The one where Sandy, where Sandy shoves the tram. I want to say it was a trombone. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about now. Oh my God. Don't get yourself struck him.
Yeah, the 2000s were a different time, man.
What was this one?
Do you see this hole behind me? That's going to be the size of each of your assholes when I'm done with you.
I don't know about these two, but my anus is off limits.
What the fuck, Goku? My anus
What?
is off limits too. Take one for the team, Trunks. Are you serious? Spread your cheeks now.
You know, that reminds me of a.
end the stream now. Yep, we're
You
not
know,
getting
that reminds me of an old D&D story from when I started playing.
We've all had that one D&D story, but please continue.
Well, during the final battle, we had one of our NPCs literally take one for the team to save the universe. And it worked. That's what was fucked up about it.
I'm gonna find that monoxide one. It's on YouTube. Oh, I just cry whenever
Let's just say he was playing with some literal Dragon Balls.
Oh, God, that's gay. Oh, I found it. Oh my God, this is the fun. Oh my goodness, this shit kills me every time.
We nicknamed him the Dragon Warrior after that.
That's gonna be the size of your ass cheek. They should have put Diddy's face on Broly. Oh my God, I would have cried. Fuck, dude.
Squidward speaking. Patrick, did you or did you not open my bag of carbon monoxide in the Krusty Krab?
I'm just saying, hypothetically, I would be
Just this world-ending explosion going on in the background, and he looks high as fuck.
Someone said they had a smoke detector beeping in there. Every time I see that, I cry laughing. What the fuck is that? Why would Patrick be in the Krusty Krab opening carbon monoxide?
Oh God.
Dude, God.
Why does
I've laughed so hard that I'm sweating.
Why does Squidward, some of the comments was like, why does Squidward have a bag of I gotta admit though, that voice acting that guy did was on point. That guy mastered Squidward's voice.
Somebody clip this shit.
Bro.
You already know this is gonna get clipped and it's gonna be all over Facebook.
Just pointing out, this is still the funniest random SpongeBob edit ever.
Squidward speaking. Patrick, did you or did you not open my bag of carbon monoxide in the Krusty Krab?
I'm just saying, hypothetically, I would be closing.
Fucking fire alarm in the background.
Someone, oh my God, a comment said that might be the next plot for the Morbius movie.
Morbius opens a bag of carbon monoxide and New York just explodes.
Morbius 2, carbon monoxide. All right. Yeah, with that being said, we had Jelly Warrior, we had Booty Cheeks, we had carbon monoxide.
He looks at the camera and goes, "It's carbon time."
Through monoxide and beyond.
And I guarantee the movie will have 2 post credits. All right, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we'll see you guys later. You guys have a great rest.